We'll just get going. They'll make it. Good morning, Wabash. Today, speaking at Pioneer Chapel is Coach Clyde Morgan with his talk entitled, "A Storm is Coming." Clyde Morgan is in his 11th season as the head coach of the track and field at Wabash College, serving as only the third head coach of the program since World War II. The Little Giants, under Morgan's tutelage, have won 6 North Coast Athletic Conference indoor track and field championships, along with 7 NCAC outdoor track and field titles. Wabash most recently captured both the 2019 NCAC indoor and outdoor track titles in 2019. A total of 139 Little Giant student athletes have earned individual conference championships, with 476 receiving all NCAC honors. 17 Wabash competitors have been named a conference most valuable athlete, while Morgan and his Wabash staff have been recognized as the NCAC Staff of the Year 12 times. Please join me in welcoming Coach Morgan.
Before we get started, after listening to that there, I got to do something really quick. I got to give a shout out to every coach that's ever been on my staff, every athlete that has ran, jumped, skipped, threw, done anything for me, man. Because sitting there listening to I am blessed. So do me a favor and give anyone that's ever been on my staff and athletes a round of applause. Let's have a moment of silence for all of the victims in the helicopter crash on Sunday. All right. Good morning, Wabash. Good morning, Wabash. Can I get a hey, yo? Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Y'all know what that means? Nothing. Just want to get going a little bit. We got to wake up a little bit. That's all right. Got to put my man up here. It's my adversity man. That's my man right there. My mom gave me that. The strongest person I know. Toughest nails. She gave me that 2 months after she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. At the time, she was 62. All right? That was 10 years ago. She's still kicking his butt. Give her a hand. It was her attitude. That's what it was. I can't explain it. It's gone. It's out of there. It's her attitude, man. She handled a storm, a big, dark storm. I got some people I want to introduce you to. Faculty, staff, coaches, trainers, athletic support, student services folks, stand up. Fellas, that's my team. Now, my track team, that's my team. Those are the people that continue to help you guys through storms and rough times and darkness. And once again, it's a team, all right? So whenever you're going through something dark and rough and that storm comes over you, those are the people you continue to reach out to. All right, now let's roll into this title here. A storm is coming. January, February, March, it's ugly outside, right? And that's the time of the year where people get down on themselves and life, and it's those are the rough months. All right? And this is the way I look at it. This is what helped me in my life. I look at adversity two ways, all right? One, and this is just me, people that know me, I'm not going to apologize. I am a weird dude. And my daughter tells me all the time, Daddy, you are weird. That's right, all right? But it's helped me cope with a lot in life. Look at it in two ways. One, I look at adversity as a person. And there's times I'm telling you, I am talking to that person. I'm telling you, is that all you have? You better come more dead. You better watch your damn back, because you're not going to get me today or anybody around that I care about. And there's times in my family, I know someone, every now and then my wife will go, what are you talking about? Or did you say something to me? My older son, Braylon, used to catch me all the time. Dad, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay? But probably the last 8 years, I've changed that, and I added a second one, and it's storms. Okay, this is the time where you're allowed to pull your cell phone out. Everybody pull their cell phone out. And I hope you all have an app, a weather app. Go to your weather app. Pull your map up. Everybody should be doing this, so I'm going to give you a grade. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to walk around and call you out. Everybody set? Got your weather map? Huh? Okay, this is how I look at it. Stay with me here. How many times you open up that map and you see small pockets of storms? Just small. And you go, not too much. I can do whatever. It won't be too bad. Then you see a long storm coming across Indiana or where you live. And you go, well, this might be 40 minutes to an hour. Not too bad. Not too much red in there. And then look at your map now. Don't look at me. And then you see this monstrous storm. And it got all kind of color in it. And there's all kind of damn weather alerts going off. And it's really uncomfortable. You don't want to leave the house. And if you're outside, you're looking to go in. Who's witnessed that before on your weather map? Raise your hand. You've seen that, right? Okay? That is the way I look at adversity. There's at one point a storm is coming. You can't do anything about it. It's coming. That's life. Life is hard. It will knock you to hell down. But will you get up? Will you weather the storm? You'll have the small pocket ones that'll just come, make you a little bit uncomfortable. You'll have that long one. But the one that gets people is the big one, that dark one, man. And it's massive. It's from here past Champaign. It's massive. And there's a lot of violence in there. But this is what tends to happen, though. Sometimes we give up too early when you're right at the edge of that storm and it's about to be over. You feel what I'm saying to you? You're right there, but you don't even know it yet. That little dot of wherever you are, if you're in Indy or Crawfordsville or wherever you're from, that dot, your location in the storm, right? And it's moving, and it's right on the edge. It's almost over. But sometime in life, we give up too soon. It's almost over. But when it's over and it pushes through, what's on the back end of that storm? Talk to me. What's back there? Yeah, I was about to say something else, but you're right. No, you damn right. Who said that? Sunshine. Lots of it, right? There you go. And remember this. There's another one coming. There is. It might take a longer time. There's another one coming. But you got to be built for it. Get ready for it. There may be back to back, and you're going, are you kidding me? But you got to be built for it. You got to get ready for it. Because let me tell you something right now. Adversity does not discriminate. It don't give a damn how much money you have, how tall you are, your race, your gender. It does not care. So you got to be ready for it. There's a lot of times I write stuff down, and my passion and my emotion get me off of it. I'm not going to apologize for that, man. That's who I am, okay? We have folks in here right now going through storms, okay? That's what I want you to do. Stand up. And I really don't want this person to be beside you. I want you to move and go to somebody else and look them in your face and say, if you're going through a storm, remember, we have your back. Go. Now check this out. I'm a spiritual man, but this was something else. As I was walking in here, I ran into one of our alums from Cleveland, Ohio, who's going through a storm. And at one point, I put my arm around him and just squeezed him a little bit and whispered something to him. But there's a reason why he's here today. He didn't know I was speaking. He didn't know what I was speaking on. But there's a reason why he was on this campus today, because he needs us. Coach Johnson, both of you guys stand up. Coach Johnson, walk him out here. Walk him out here. Now, this is who we are, fellas. This is who we are. Right there is fine. At the count of three, I need everybody in here to let this man know we have his back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely. That's who we are. That's who we are. Because here's something you got to think about, fellas. I'm going to challenge you guys on. The WAAF and you track guys, the MBU, I got a problem with you guys. And you guys that know me, I'll challenge you in a heartbeat. I got a problem with you guys. Those letters, WAAF, Wabash always fights, live it. Live it. It should be part of your DNA by now. It should be who you are. So you can't walk around talking about WAAF, Wabash always fights, and we got all these cool banners around, but at the first sight of a storm, you're curling up in a ball. And you're breaking down. You have to live it, man. It has to be who you are, because it's going to carry you in life. I promise you. I promise you. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you something I don't know, my man. I lived it. I've lived some dark storms from a young age. To the point, don't back down from them. Look at them and wait on them. Welcome them. Let's go. But it's not enough to have that stuff on your T-shirt, man. Be proudful about it and live it. Tell people about it. What is WAF? Hey, let me tell you something. Part of your DNA. Should be your mindset, who you are. I have a problem with people that feel sorry for themselves because I'm a fighter, and I want people around me that fight. And I'm not saying you turn your back on those people, but as soon as you see someone feeling sorry for themselves, it's our job to pick them up. And sometimes you got to be a little bit aggressive. That's love. That's tough love. Pick them up. Because this change is getting harder and harder. This world's getting tough, man. You got to prepare for it. We got something Coach Connie and I call MMA on a track team. Not the ultimate fighting MMA. It's man-made adversity. We plan it sometime just to see how our guys are going to handle it, just to see how you're going to handle being uncomfortable. And most of the time it works out. Or if it doesn't, we let them work through it because that's life. I planned it in my own house. I did it with my daughter last week. She's 9. I'm getting her ready. So whoever married that young lady, they're going to have a strong woman. So he better be ready. She was doing her homework and already in tears. She's very, very smart, but she's competitive, and she was struggling. So I go in, I get my son, I said, hey, go help her out. But don't make it easy on her. We got to stop her from all this crying when she was frustrated. Don't make it easy on her. Make her work through it. And my middle son, man, he's vicious sometimes. I'm in the other room, making some recruiting calls. I'm kind of ear hustling. I'm listening. And, man, you talking about giving her some adversity. I said, Lord, have mercy. So at the same time, I had to go in there and kind of talk to her a little bit and let her work through it, but pull him aside like, man, she's 9 still. And I take that from little things I would do with him and have him figure it out. My oldest son, who just turned 24, multiple times he'd call my wife and I, hey, and it's in college. Hey, my man, figure it out. Bye, I love you. And he's like, dang. okay? I've been planting stuff with that guy. I was a young dad. I've been planting stuff with him since he was a little guy, about 7, just getting him ready. And I'm going to continue to do it. I have alums that come back or text me and say, hey, Coach, wait a minute. Remember so-and-so time at DePaul when this happened? Was that you? Yep. Just did it our first meet, Robert H. Johnson meet. We set us up. I set them up for failure on a relay just to see how they were going to respond. And man, did they respond like monsters. That's when you get excited because you know they can do it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't back down to it. Positive energy. No vampires allowed. No energy vampires allowed. Who's heard that before? Right? A lot of you guys. That is awesome. Because here's what happens too. You're in this storm, and you're working through it, and you're fighting, and you're feeling good, and the sky's about to break a little bit. And it's about to get a little bit clearer for you, right? And then here that person comes, and we all have that person. That's just Mr. Negative and just zaps your energy out of you. Energy vampires. And sometimes you see that person come, and you're going, oh, you got to be kidding me. Here he comes, or here she comes. All right? I call it the Heisman stiff arm. Seen the Heisman stiff arm? When you're in that storm, stiff arm. Keep that negative energy vampire away from you. I didn't say give up on him. I said just stiff arm a little bit. Then swing back around and try to change that person. You can try. I've seen it done before, but it's hard. But those people sometimes can pull you deeper in a storm and make that storm more violent because they didn't gotten here when you were feeling good. All you got to do, fellas, is open your eyes. Sometimes they're all around you in disguise, hiding. And everybody know who I'm talking about. One of my biggest energy vampires is one of my uncles. Been stiff-arming that guy since 1984. That's how he is. I just stay away from him. Okay? Energy vampires. And we're talking about this storm, these storms you go through. Your true character comes out when you're in a storm. Just because you're in a storm and you're struggling, that don't mean that you become a nasty person because you're struggling. You really find out when it's dark, man, and that damn storm is rocking, it's a big one, what type of person you are, what your character's about. Do you change? I walk around this place going through small storms all the time. Keep the pep in my step. Try to help other people. When that storm's shaking like hell, that's true character. That's when it comes out. And I love it when I see people going through storms, man, and they are who they are. Because you'll find out. Character in the storm. Here's something you guys got to remember, and I know there's a lot of you guys sitting here right now that's going through one right now. There is something phenomenal on the end of that storm. There's great things that come from rain and storm and wind and land and dirt moving. Sunshine, flowers, grass. You get where I'm going? Great stuff, man. The earth start moving. Think about that. I believe in this so much to the point where if you are walking past me and you're going through a storm, say that to me. If you're walking past a teammate, a classmate, a fraternity brother, a professor, say that to him. I got a storm brewing, baby. With that attitude, because that's going to let us know you're not backing off of this storm. There's a difference between saying, oh, man, I got a storm brewing. To you, I got a storm brewing. I'm going to need you. We're going to work through it. It's going to be okay. Which one of those you like? That second one, right? Open your mouth. That's all it takes sometimes. That's going to be our new thing. Tell somebody you got a little storm brewing. Got a couple little rocky ones coming through, Coach. A long one. I got a massive one going on right now. All right, let's talk. We'll get you through it. I promise you will. I said we. It takes a village, a lot of us. You can't do it by yourself. And there's nothing like Somebody else, somebody else, getting someone else through a storm. Oh, have mercy, man. I'm blessed, man. I told you guys earlier, I just said earlier, you get the right people around you. And my wife is good at indicating where I'm a terrible actor, by the way. My Denzel is awful. This tragedy just happened. It's been slowly eating at me. And I was okay Monday, and I came in the house and I saw my daughter, and it just took me to a little storm. And my wife said, what's wrong with you? Nothing, I'm straight. She knew it was up. Next day, I had to get my head out of it, came home, and I put on one of my favorite shows that I'm watching now, Chicago Fire. Anybody hip to that? All right. There's a lot of life lessons in that show and camaraderie and those things. So I'm watching this, and I'm a little emotional about this tragedy that happened, and I said, man, I should be a fireman. I need to save some lives. And my wife, just real slick and sly, she just walked by and was like, you saved many lives. And I got emotional as hell, but I didn't show it. I went and started messing with my fish tank to fake it. Got the right people around me, man. You got the right people around you, they know you better than you know yourself. They will help you through storms, big or small. They will help you. No energy vampires allowed. I'm going to finish up here with a couple things. Half the time, fellas, somebody wants your happiness more than you do. They want it for you more than you do, and you got to recognize that. We can't want it for you. You have to want it, because it's different. It's something else when you want your happiness and you want to lead the fight through the storm with a lot of troops beside you and behind you. Got a couple questions for you. Just think about this. How important is your happiness? Is your happiness worth fighting for, or are you going to retreat? It's your happiness. Are you going to fight for, or are you going to retreat? Will you grin, smile, look adversity right in the face and ask it, is that all you have? You better watch your back. I'm built differently. I'm from Wabash Damn College. You better figure it out. Because we are different. And I hear you guys saying it all the time, and it gives me chills. And you guys, I hear it all the time. Man, we're built a little differently. You're right, we are. Stand tall and show people we're built differently. We are. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't back down to it, my man. Because once again, it's coming. The storm's coming. Got to get prepared for it. This is an institution of preparation. We prepare for everything. You just prepare for comps, right? You practice, you prepare for your game. Faculty members prepare. Everyone prepares. So why not prepare yourself for a storm? Get ready for it. Get yourself ready. Because then they're going to get smaller and smaller. You're not going to have them as much. Don't be afraid. Your life is supposed to be uncomfortable. It's life. But the more you're able to handle being uncomfortable, it's a beautiful thing, man. I'm telling you. I promise you this right now, man, I have more good days than bad days. And if you spend some time around me and my staff and people I love and care about, you'll feel that. You will have more good days than bad days. Everything's not a crisis, fellas. It's a learning experience. It's just a little bit of the storm. We clear? In closing here, I like to get a little excited. I like to feel a little bit. We're about to get up out of here. What time is it? 11:41. Yeah, I'm the weird guy. I start practice at 4:26. That's true. That's a true story. There's some time we depart at 4:17. A little different. That's cool. So I want to do this before you leave, fellas. I'm going to give you a 1, 2, 3, and I want a WAF. Stand up. I want you to feel it. I need you to lock in next to somebody. Lock in, lock in, lock in. And every now and then when you're going through something, it's okay to lock in and chant. Every now and then, I just do a Ric Flair just for the hell of it in the office. Woo! Just because. I may have got some bad news, and I'll Ric Flair it. So every now and then, you got to lock in a little bit and let something out. WAAF on 3. 1, 2, 3. WAAF. 1, 2, 3. WAAF. 1, 2, 3. WAAF. Oh, I'm feeling that. 3 claps and a Ric Flair. Go. Whatever you've been going through, Ric Flair it out. 3 claps and a Ric Flair. 3 claps and a Ric Flair. 3 claps and a Ric Flair. We're going to end on this. I'm going to say MOW, you give me an MBU. MOW. 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 Attack the rest of your week. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach Morgan. Just a few announcements before we go today. Track and field will be traveling to Terre Haute, Indiana for a meet at Rose-Hulman on Friday. Our 4th-ranked wrestling team will be on the road this weekend for a match against Kentucky Wesleyan College tomorrow night at 7 p.m. The Little Giant tennis team returns home for a match against Franklin College at noon in the Collett Tennis Center on Saturday. The basketball team has a huge matchup this Saturday at 2 p.m. as they face off against 17th-ranked Worcester. Come show the Scots just how crazy Chadwick can be. The Sphinx Club held elections at the end of last semester, and my term as president has ended. It's been an honor to sit on this stage the past year. It is now my privilege to introduce Josh Janak as the new president of the Sphinx Club.
I also have a couple quick announcements. First, there'll be a Q&A about ridership at the conclusion of chapel. Second is, as of now, TGIF is scheduled at Beta. Beta's under construction, so look for an email that is due to change. Now rise and we will sing Old Wabash. Da-da-da-da-da.